Ungkat.
Hello, good day everyone. We are the group 4 and here are the members. So the members are Engine Cadet Tampil Roche, Engine Cadet Rodriguez John Justin, Engine Cadet Nino Limar, Engine Cadet Solon James Troy, Engine Cadet Saldo Clint Adrian, Engine Cadet Saison Rocky Isle, Engine Cadet Rodriguez Christian Roy, Engine Cadet Villa Carlos Gavin Gio, Engine Cadet Rodriguez Adrian Rex Vince, and lastly Engine Cadet Rebeso John Francis. So for the objective, first is to describe alternative system of steering that can be used in emergency. Second, explain the precautions and procedures to be taken for the following. A. Operations of purifiers in case of blackout. B. Heat exchangers and blackout. C. Backup in case of control air failure. And lastly, D. Clogged strainers and filters.
So, muna buwan I'm Engine Cadet Tampil. A ship consists of electromechanical steering gear unit which is steer the vessel from one port to another. So normally, ang steering gear is unit is to compose siya og duha or upat aram electro or hydraulically operated unit with a two or more hydraulic motor. So different kinds of uh, steering gear in emergency are the normal operation, starting panel switch, remote control or the local teller switch bridge, the local teller operation starting panel switch, the remote control, local teller switch, emergency and solenoid operation starter panel switch, local control and local teller switch emergency. So dire, makuha na to ang procedure for starting the emergency steering system. An emergency steering system, as the name suggests, is a system which is used during the failure of the main steering system in the ship. The article explains as to what exactly is the steering system and what the procedure for starting the emergency system is. So, ano siya? Loading. Muna yung mga procedure. Then, a routine check should always be done for proper working of manual emergency system. In steering gear system, an emergency steering drill should be carried out in every month prescribed during 3 months. In a steering gear room with a proper communication with the bridge to train all the ship staff for proper operation of the steam of the system so that in emergency situation, ship's control can be regained as soon as possible, avoiding collision or grounding. So, muna siya mga procedure sa pag kung safety ang pag process sa steering gear emergency system. So, ang common na niya kay ensure or ensure or ensure a clear communication for emergency operation via VHF or ship telephone system. Normally, a switch is given the power supply panel of steering gear for telephone motor switch off the supply from panel. So, mo na to. Na-answer na to number 1. So, ang number 2, A, Cadet Sison.
So, A. Operations of purifiers in case of blackout. So, in case of blackout, following precautions and actions should be taken. So, first thing is never panic in such a situation. Be calm and composed. An emergency generator will restore the power in no time. Inform officer on bridge briefly about the condition. Call for manpower and inform the chief engineer. If the main propulsion plant is running, bring the fuel level to zero position. Close the feed of the running purifier to avoid overflow and wastage of fuel. If the auxiliary boiler was running, shut the main steam stop valve to maintain the steam pressure. Find out the problem and reason for blackout and rectify the same.
Next, Engine Cadet Saldo and Engine Cadet Sharza.
So the next one is before starting the generator set, start the pre-lubrication priming pump if the supply for the same is given from the emergency generator. If not, then use a manual priming handle provided in some generators. Start the generator and take it on load. Then immediately start the main engine, lube oil pump, and main engine jacket water pump. Reset breakers and start all the other required machinery and system. Reset breakers that are included in preferential tripping sequence. It requires both skill and patience to tackle a situation like a blackout, especially when the vessel is sailing or maneuvering. However, the best way to tackle such situations is to be calm and composed and to know your engine room and machinery very well in advance.
So thank you for that, Engine Cadet Saldo. Next is letter B, Cadet Solon.
Heat exchangers under blackout. Next. Blackout is one condition each and every mariner is familiar with and also afraid of it. It is one situation everyone on the ship is terrified of because it brings the whole ship to a standstill. From the bridge to the engine room, from dining crew members to the sleeping ones, everyone is affected by blackout. The main reason for fouling of heat exchanger surface is the increase in temperature difference between the two fluids and in pressure, but it is a seawater side of the heat exchanger, which suffers the most as a result of corrosion and scale deposits. Exchangers or coolers are usually due to corrosion and erosion caused by material failures through fatigue, turbulence, or fouling. If this occurs and oil enters the water side, it will result in the pollution incident with a discharge of oil overboard. These types of failure can be prevented through regular inspection, tests, and monitoring of the color's performance, temperature changes, flow rates, and pressures.
So those are the precautions and procedure to be taken for the heat exchanger under the blackout. So next is go to Engine Cadet, Julia Carlos and John Justin for the backup in case of controlled air failure. John Justin Rodriguez.
Good, good day everyone. So backup in case of control air failure. First is the compressors. The compressor air inlet filter should be positioned in an oil-free zone. No oil fumes should be present. The compressed air supply lines to the air receivers must be protected by non-return valves. Next, the air receivers There are two air receivers linked by a common discharge pipe to the system. The air from the compressors will contain oil and water. There is no way around this. This mixture ends up in the air vessels is a mist, eventually settling to the bottom of the vessel. It is imperative, and I cannot overstress this, that the mixture be drained from the vessels after every charge and regularly when maneuvering. The oil also coats the internal of the supply pipes. This too can be reduced by draining the air vessels. These actions, as well as checking by hand for heat in the air supply pipe between the air start valve and the air manifold, form part of the watchkeeper's duties. Any excess heat here and the fuel and air to that particular cylinder should be isolated and the bridge made aware of the situation.
So, thank you for that, Engineer Cadet Carlos and John Justin Rodriguez. So next is the clogged strainers and filters for Adrian and Kia Rodriguez.
D. The plug strainers and filters. The filter is a fine mesh screen which is used to remove impurities from oil, water, and air on the ship. Filters are mounted in pairs as a duplex system so that one can be used and other is kept on standby at a time. The filter can be utilized both in low pressure or suction and discharge or high pressure side of system, and it is used to remove the smallest part of the dirt which is carried away in the system. The cleaning frequency of filters depends on the type of the filter and is decided by the manufacturer. The schedule is generally included in the planned maintenance system on board.
Sea chest. Sea chest should not be used without filter strainers in place and should be monitored at all times in the HSC. Second, detailed procedures for cleaning seawater strainers should be established. These procedures may include back flushing or regular changing and cleaning duplex strainers as appropriate. Third, prior to transit, inspect and clean the service sea chest. Ensure filters and coolers are clean prior to, in, to entry into US waters. Implement a preventative system that requires frequent cleaning and swapping between sea strainers. Next is monitor the pressure on pumps and filters. Be prepared to respond quickly when reduced performance is observed. Have a contingency plan in a place and ensure all engineering staff is familiar with the plan. Consider posting a double watch in the engine room while pilotage water. Have crew ready for cleaning and strainers during transit. Next, all tools and equipment for opening the sea chest and cleaning the strainer should be prepared and ready for usage. Lastly, vessels regularly transiting the HSC may consider having spare clean filter strainers on board, allowing quick changeovers of strainers.
So, thank you, Cadet Rodriguez. So these are the report of Group 4 of the explaining the precaution and procedures to be taken for the following. Thank you.